Hello, everybody. This is Sherry Joy Collier, and I am coming to you from East Tennessee. I happen to be in my little art studio right now, and I wanted to do this quick video. It's not going to be very long to describe and kind of take you through a process that you can use to shift negative emotions. And what's really powerful about this is it combines, of course, God and His truth, God and His comfort. And because God knows you better than you know yourself, He knows me better than I know myself, because He made me. I can turn to God when I'm feeling sad, hopeless, anxious, scared, and His word will absolutely change the way that I'm thinking, which will change the way that I feel. The other reason that this little worksheet that I'm going to take you through is special is because it also incorporates art. So I'm going to just show you real quick. This is a feelings worksheet that I'm in the process of making. You can see I've left the bottom blank. That's for drawing. And this process, so let me back up. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Sherry Joy Collier, and I have been a licensed marriage and family therapist for, I don't know, going on 20 years. I've been counseling people for over 26 years. I worked in California under my license, and I had a private practice, worked with a lot of couples, but worked with a lot of individuals and children too, families as well. So I have had a lot of experience, and I have come to find things that have worked for not only my clients, but also for me. Because yes, I have been one that has fought off and struggled with kind of a mild to moderate depression, some anxiety that kind of comes and goes all my life, pretty much. And so this process is kind of near and dear to my heart because this really helps me, and I hope that it really helps you. So before we go into this any further, if you would do me a favor and hit like and comment below, tell me your favorite thing about using this worksheet after I explain it, of course. Or comment anything that you want to tell me about what you struggle with, or maybe your favorite Bible verse. That would be awesome. The other thing is, if you know people that could benefit from this, share this. To subscribe to my channel and to hit like, that's completely free to you. You don't have to pay anything for that. So that's just a big help for me. Okay. Getting right into this. So the thing that I want to explain before we go into the worksheet is that the first thing that we notice when we're down or when we're just in a funk is we notice our feelings first. So sometimes those feelings might be actually like in our body. Like if you're really angry, like you can feel your jaw clenched and your shoulders kind of coming up here. And sometimes when you're feeling really depressed or sad, you'll kind of feel slumped over, or you'll just feel like pulling inside of yourself. So that's the first thing that we notice is our feelings. We'll either feel sad, hopeless, depressed, anxious, angry, fearful, terrified. We can also feel happy and glad and all those feelings, but because of the purposes of this video, I'm having you concentrate on a negative emotion that you've been dealing with. So the feelings come first, and we notice those first, and we don't even think about the fact that there were probably thoughts that were kind of subconsciously running through our mind before those feelings hit. So this worksheet kind of helps you slow down and analyze your feelings a little bit. And then it helps you kind of remember back to what thoughts were just going through my brain. Like, what was I thinking about right before I started to feel this feeling. And then I'm taking it a step further on this worksheet, and I put a little place for you to think in terms of colors, shapes, images of any kind that kind of pop into your mind that kind of go along with the feeling. So for example, kind of a really common one is if people are feeling really sad, they'll actually say, I'm just feeling really blue today. So like a dark blue might come to mind. And then in terms of, shapes or textures, if you're feeling really frustrated, you might like have pointy things that you can see, and like a ball of pointy, frustrated feelings in the color red or black or orange or, whatever. It's different for each person. But so the process of the worksheet is you start out and you write your feeling. So what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling, let's see if I can put it into words, and then you fill in the blanks with as many descriptive words as you can. Then you go to the thoughts and you think, okay, what thoughts were going through my mind before that? And you might come up with thoughts like, oh, I'll never be able to accomplish blah, 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 because I just don't have the skills and I just can't learn how to do it. Something like that. So you'll write that thought out. You'll quote yourself as much as you possibly can in this little box. And then the third box is the colors and the images that go with the feelings. So you would just write, okay, like if we were doing that one, we might say we're feeling hopeless or discouraged, okay? So then discouraged, for me, for Sherry, could be different for you. If I think about that feeling of discouragement, I think about kind of like gray, the color gray. And I think about kind of a droopy image that's just like shoulders slumped type image, kind of rounded. So then I would come down here and I would actually draw that. So I would draw let's say the circular slumped shoulders in the color gray. Okay, that's the first sheet. That's the first worksheet. Then I'm going to do a second worksheet. I haven't even created the second one yet, but it's going to be very much like this. The second worksheet, this is the powerful shift. The second worksheet, you take all of what you just dealt with on this worksheet, take it to God in prayer, and you say, okay, Lord, I need for you to reveal the truth to me, because obviously these thoughts about, oh, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm never going to be able to acquire the skills, whatever that was, that's not 100% true. It might feel partly true, but it's not 100% true. And so, Lord, show me what is truthful. And then that's when you can go to trusty search engine and type in Bible verse about discouragement. And up will come lists that you can click on, and you can read all the Bible verses, and you pick the one that resonates with what you're dealing with. And then on the second worksheet, which this is not it, but the second worksheet, you're actually going to write the truth, the Bible verse, and the truth, the truer thoughts up at the top. And then you're going to draw new imagery. This is the healing imagery that will show that God is gifted you with whatever you need and that he will guide you, and whatever the verse is. Okay, so I came up with one. I came up with a verse, and this verse is for someone who would be struggling with depression or sadness. And I thought what I would do is describe what I would do with this. So, okay, my verse, let's say that sadness was my feeling, and my thoughts were perhaps something along the lines of, oh goodness, I always feel sad. I can never seem to break free from this depression. Oh my goodness, I don't like my job. Oh my goodness, I don't like this. I don't like that. Okay, those were all the negative thoughts and feelings. So my Bible verse then that I went and picked, and I want to read this, says, when the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34, 17 through 18. So you would write your verse in at the top of your worksheet, and then you would think about, okay, when I think about this verse, when the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in their spirit. So when I think about the Lord being near to the brokenhearted, I immediately, this is just Sherry now, I immediately think of a big red heart that's kind of broken. And I think of like this beautiful, bright, yellow, golden light that represents the glory of God who's near to me. And then I might want to draw like beautiful flowers coming around to kind of envelop that broken heart. And I might actually do that drawing in a second video, just to kind of give you a feel for what some of this more expressive art looks like versus, art for people to see on a gallery wall. This is not what this art is for. This art is very personal. It's for you and the Lord. It can go in your journal. It can go on these worksheets. But I wanted to explain this process. And then when you're done with that process, check in with yourself and figure out, okay, I was feeling super depressed before or super disappointed or whatever. How am I feeling now? How intense is it? And you will notice your intensity level has come down. And see, I like to really use scales of 0 to 10. So when you first write in your feelings, okay, back on the feelings worksheet, I would, in addition to the feelings, I would write a little number next to them to rate how intense that feeling is. So if it's only a 3, then that means that it's really not very intense. It's not bothering you that much, but it's just kind of there hanging out. If it's like a 9, that's a really intense, or 10, of course, is really intense. 0 would be, I'm not feeling this at all, but we don't need a 0 because we already know you're feeling something because we're going to do this worksheet. So then when you're all done with this whole entire exercise and you've done both sheets where you've drawn kind of the expressive art on the first worksheet, kind of expressing the feeling, and then on the second worksheet, drawing the healing imagery that kind of go along with the verse, then check in and find out, okay, now how much disappointment or discouragement or sadness do I feel? And you'll notice your intensity level will have dropped. If it doesn't drop and it stays the same or goes up, that just means you need to keep focusing on the truth a little longer. Let it permeate a little bit deeper, because sometimes at first, feelings can get worse before they get better. So, okay, I just wanted to share this exercise with you. And now I want to let you know I'm going to finish working on these worksheets tonight. This is November the 1st. And then I'm going to, sometime tonight or tomorrow, I hope, put these worksheets in my shop. I have a Shopify account, website, and you can download the worksheets. Right now, I'm just going to make them completely free. And so my website address is sherryjoycollier.com, and I will put the link in the description below to that. And then I'm going to do a second video, which I'll also put a link for the second video in this description down below. And that video, I'm going to do just a quick drawing of what I was describing to you before that goes along with my Bible verse here out of Psalm 34, 17 through 18. So I hope that made sense. And if it didn't, comment and ask me any questions that came up for you about this process. But it is a very powerful feelings shifter, emotion shifter. We could call it, what do they call that? That, you know, sometimes when you feel a whole atmosphere in a room shift, that's what this is like. It's like everything in your brain kind of shifts. The atmosphere of your brain shifts, and it shifts into a better place. So I hope that this exercise brings you some tender support, kindness from your Heavenly Father, and I hope it brings you some relief from some negative emotions that might crop up from time to time. And I just wish God's blessings on you, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Sherry Joy Collier, signing off.